I came across a battle earlier today. It was a jump-off TV battle. This is a circuit that I don't really watch much. No particular reason why I don't. Jump off, I find it to be very creative, at times with the concept battles that they have. But for the most part, I don't really find anyone that intriguing, within their battle circuit. But I'm about to show you a couple of clips from this one battle where something happened. Well, three things happened that progressively made me more upset. In chronological order, the first thing that I'm going to show you kind of got me upset. The second thing got me upset. And the third just enraged me. I just went fucking crazy. I'll play the first part.
Starting to catch feelings. It's like people are now thinking I'm fake. No sexercise, bitch. After this, in the alley, you're gonna get raped.
Whoa!
Yo!
Whoa. It's a battle. Whoa. It's a battle.
What's wrong?
It's a battle.
A little too heavy? Huh?
It's a battle.
I don't love them lines.
It's a battle.
So obviously, you have to feel the room, right? If you're a battle rapper, if you're a performer, if you're a DJ, if you're a comedian, it is your job as a performer to feel the room and to know what's going to work in this room and what won't work in another. So I understand that they're freestyling, but as a freestyler, if you're in that ring, then you should at least be able to discern what I can get away with and what I can't. And saying that you want to rape a chick in the parking lot, although it's a battle, and yeah, you should be able to say whatever the fuck you want. I have no problem with him saying that. But the reaction of the crowd it makes you want to vomit because it's filled with a lot of females there and, a lot of dudes just doing the whole, cut it out sort of symbol with their hands, as if, he went too far, which I completely disagree with, but he should have gotten a feel for it even before saying that line. You got to be able to feel out the room, but at the end of the day, it is a battle. And my philosophy is that if it's a battle, you can say whatever you want. You're putting yourself in that ring, then you are absolutely 100% vulnerable to whatever it is that your opponent can come up with. So let's go with the second one.
Suck my dick. You do better come on stage. I'm only fucking around. Well, then let's do it.
Oh, Neha wants it.
No, it's cool.
You catching feelings.
Neha wants it. He wants it.
It's cool.
It's
cool.
He wants it.
Let's do this. On you then.
So he said if anyone has a problem, first of all, I don't know any of these guys. I don't know the Indian dude that jumps on the stage. I don't know the guy. I don't know the female. So the guy gets on stage, and I understand that he said if somebody wants it, then they can come on stage. But what really pisses me off about this is what pisses me off a lot of times about feminists, male feminists to be more specific. It's the white knight syndrome. It's the fact that you feel that a woman's best defense is you as a man coming to save her. What the fuck could be more sexist than that? The only thing more sexist than a dude saying, when we go outside, you're going to get raped, is another guy saying, I'm going to defend her. She can't possibly be witty enough to think of a rebuttal on her own. Why don't I jump in there and go up against you because I'm the big mighty man? Go up against me. I can take it. She's just a female. You see, a lot of people don't view it that way, but I definitely do. The most empowering thing and what would have lit that crowd up even more is if she would have gotten that mic back and just said anything. If she would have said anything, she didn't even have to rhyme. If she just sounded emotional, it would have worked. It would have worked because he didn't see how, the wave of the crowd was. So now she can cash in on that. She can cash in on how disgusted the crowd is, and the quality of her lines don't have to be that, they don't have to be that great. She could have just said anything and the crowd would have erupted. That is the most empowering thing that could have happened in that moment. I understand that he said anybody can come on the stage. Fuck that. As the MCs, the masters of ceremony, the hosts, they should have been like, no. Nobody gets on stage. Let her put in her 2 cents after what he said. Let's go to the last one.
What the fuck, you fuck idiot? Didn't you have a mum? Didn't you have a sister? Why are you so dumb, misogynistic prick? Talking you think you're sick? You fat fucking idiot, rapping on this trick? This is the jump off. This is the big stage. This is Nihal. Feel this fucking rage, you fat fuck. What happens when you shave? You cut yourself out, comes gravy and lard. You're not brave.
Look, this absolutely fucking pissed me off. He's horrible. He jumps on stage as if he's about to lyrically end this guy's career. Like, I'll do it. I'll get in there. And then what did he say? He said, when you shave, it cuts you open and you'll pour out gravy. You're not brave. He sounded like Bane. He said, you're not brave. Like, what was that? Again, this is more of an indication of the fact that if she would have said something after he made that line, the crowd would have went nuts, because they went nuts after those horrible bars. It was so cringe. Like his verse belongs in a cringe compilation. Because he barely rhymed. He just sounded way too emotional because, again, he's got the whole white knight thing going on. And, I can understand if he gets on stage, and I would have completely ignored everything else that bothered me. Because if he gets on stage and he lyrically assassinates this motherfucker with like 2 to 3 bars that are just, airtight and totally solid, then that would have been amazing. That would have been epic. But if you come in with, with your fucking shitty bars, just something, it sounded like a YouTube comment. That's what it sounded like. No disrespect to you guys, but it sounded like a YouTube comment. But, and this is the problem, right? The problem is that you feel that you're empowering a woman by saving her from this big bad man talking about rape, and all you're doing is you're reinforcing the weakness. You're reinforcing the fact that a man can stand on stage and say, I have the physical capabilities to rape you. So I am reminding you that I am physically, I dominate you. Right? So you're being dominated. You are once again dominated because you can't stand for yourself. You can't stand up for yourself. So they're both sexist symbols in their own way. One is maybe intentional, the other one is unintentional, but still. And of course, with the other reason, I mean, if we really want to consider all things, what's up with the fat shaming? What's up with calling him fat fuck and all that stuff? You see, this is why I hate it when people take issue with performers saying things, like comedians saying crazy things. When people feel that people have crossed a sort of line, because along the way, there's always going to be another issue. There's always going to be somebody else who has an axe to grind and who has their own agenda. And if the crowd, if this performance would have been, done at a Weight Watchers convention, everybody would have gotten up in arms because he kept calling him a fat fuck, but it's okay. It's okay to call him a fat fuck, but it's not okay for him to suggest that she's going to get raped. So that's why it's a slippery slope once we start to head down this avenue, ladies and gentlemen. It's a slippery slope. It's a rap battle. They should be able to say whatever it is that they want.